Hey guys, what is up? It's Sunday here for us. I want to wish everybody a good weekend. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. I wanted to give you guys an update regarding the Starlet. Last video we made, we were telling you guys that we were waiting on injectors actually, which they finally came in. Took some time. They had to get the injectors made, so they actually flow them, and we were just patient, no real hurry, to make sure we got a good set of injectors. So they finally came in. So last video you guys saw fuel rail still on the car, if you guys remembered or not. We had, everything was basically still connected. We got everything apart. We ended up sending the injectors that we originally had to get flow tested. So these are the new injectors, right? So this is a cool little case that they send with their injectors. Again, these are AFIS injectors from right there. If you guys aren't familiar with these injectors, they are very, very, very high quality. A lot of guys ask me how do they rate basically to like fuel tech injectors or compared to billet atomizers. To be honest with you, I have never used any of those injectors. When I went to PRI 2000, let's see, today's 2022. I went to PRI 2022. If you guys aren't familiar with as well, so AFIS, right? AFIS, who makes the injectors, is the same company that makes HPT, same company that makes HPL oil. So all this came in. So we got race oil for the car, 2050. Their version of their synthetic race oil, amazing oil. So getting back to what I was saying, was 2022 it was. I went there because I wanted to meet the guys from HPT. PRI this was. I wanted to become a dealer for them. And since I really don't sell precision anymore, I know the whole history behind HPT and where they started. So I was really excited to take a trip up there, meet them personally, see what they had. And we kind of made a pretty good relationship. So we're basically sticking with their entire line. So anything you need regarding injectors, oil, turbochargers. The beauty, if you buy their turbocharger, the HPT turbocharger, and you use their oil, they give you a 4-year warranty on their turbochargers. So pretty crazy. Nobody else in the industry even offers what they offer regarding the 2-year standard warranty on their turbos, even if you don't use their oil. So getting back to what I was saying, when I went to go visit them, they have this incredible injector dyno. And he was basically flowing. He had all the top injectors there. So he had the fuel tech injectors, he had Siemens Decas, he had atomizers, he had their injector. The beauty of their injector is they rate their injector at 45 pounds, I want to say, where most other companies rate them a lot higher than that. As far as pressure, your static fuel pressure. So this actual injector that we got here is rated at 250 pounds at 45 PSI static. So I don't know if you could see it there. It says 250. It's very, very lightly ghosted on the injector. And then on this side, you see the AFIS. So it's pretty cool. It's got a double O-ring on the bottom. See, like it's hard to even pull this cap off with that O-ring. So single O-ring up top, I'm not even gonna try. But these will be our secondaries. And then luckily they flowed our primaries. So these are gonna be our primaries now, which they flowed for me. These are Decas, Siemens Deca 220 pounders, right? And then we have some spare, these are probably like a Bosch style injector, which is your compressed gas or your your natural gas injector. So this is what this is. So these are clean. We had them all cleaned and checked. These will basically be a spare. God forbid we have an injector issue. We have this cool case that we can keep everything in. So again, he was showing us how he flowed their 250 versus a Deca 250 versus an atomizer 250 versus a fuel tech 250. Now, I'm not here to bash any other companies because everybody uses what they prefer. It was just cool what I personally saw on their injector dyno in comparison to all the other injectors. Basically, especially on like low idle, you know, low RPM, where these things have to idle with a really big injector, it was really impressive to see how well their injectors compared against everybody else. And I mean, they spent a lot of time. It's a great bunch of guys that sit there and develop these parts. And man, they're wholeheartedly dedicated to building a good product, which is what convinced me to get on board with HPT, and then the injectors, and then even the oil, you know. So a good oils, I always tell guys, a lot of guys like to run Brad Penn and stuff like that. I've witnessed, you know, tearing motors down after we race cars, you know, and push them real hard when we used to run the Brad Penn, and the bearings and stuff like that just didn't look really well compared to, I used to run a lot of Mobil 1, and the outcome was really good. So their oil is far superior to any of those. So that's why I figured, hey, let's do the, you know, all three of their products, and that's kind of how this all came about. So we are really close now, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Like I said, everything is, I haven't really done much. We got the injectors in, we got our other injectors cleaned, we got our oil to get the motor going on some nice fresh oil, and also in the rear end we got our parts as well. So in our last video, I was telling you guys how I was going to change all these rod ends, and we finally got all them in. So all new rod ends are in. These are the older bolts that we had. These are all the new hardware for the 4-link setup. Some longer ones are for the diff here because of the doublers and everything that's on the rear end housing there. But these are actually for the sway bar, so none of that I put back in the car because I was waiting on all this hardware to come in. So we got all new Heim joints for rod ends for all this stuff, and man, it's just a matter of now getting it all back together. Like I said, all new bolts, all new rod ends. I got everything here, put everything together with some anti-seize just to make sure everything assembled really nicely. So all that is done. So it's just a matter of getting this thing back together. There are the old rod ends, as you can see. And these are the new ones. So also seatbelts I was waiting on, they had came in, so it's just a matter of changing all this stuff. So yeah, pretty much everything is here. It's just a matter of assembling the car and getting this thing fired up again. I got some cool stickers from Barry. He sent me these cool stickers that we put on, that we're gonna put on, and this is kind of like a new logo for him. I like these stickers a lot. And so stay tuned. I'm gonna get this thing pretty much back together, and I'll keep posting updates and giving you guys updates once we get all this done. The rear end back together, as I'm probably putting that, assembling all that. I'll get you guys some footage of that as well. So again, hope everybody's having a good weekend, and I will see you guys in a couple days.